To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep we say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contemplate, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolutions is sickly o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of actions. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy horizons, be all my sins remembered. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy horizons, be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this day?
I humbly thank you, well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours, that I have longed to relive. I pray you now, receive them.
No, not I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words so sweet and breath composed, and made more things rich their perfume lost. Take these again, for to noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Ha! 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 Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into its likeness. This is sometimes a paradox, but now time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not believe me, for future cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I myself, such indifferent things, but yet I could accuse me of such things that were better my mother had I not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offensive my back than I have enough bust to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. Ophelia, did you trip?
Oh, at home, my lord.
Let the door be shut upon them, that he may play the fool nowhere but in one's own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
If thou dost marry, I give thee this play for thy dowry. Be thou chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery, go, farewell. Or if thou wilt needs marry a fool. The wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery, go, and quickly too, farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him.
I have heard of your paintings too, well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and you nickname God's creatures, and you make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to, I'll no more on it. It hath made me mad. I say, we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest keep as they are. To a nunnery, go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here thrown. The courtier, soldier, scholar's eye, tongue saw the expectancy and rose of the fair state. The class of fashion and the mold of form. The observant of all observers quite down, and I, of all ladies, most dejected and wretched, that sucked the honey of his music vows. Now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of tune and harsh, the unmatched form and feature of clone youth. blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen what I see.